Rare Jewel Books Vintage Paperback Series from Britain. Hi, I'm Gary Levisi, and we're going to look at the Jewel Book series from England in the 1950s. There's actually two series. Jewel Books had a logo. We use this Jewel logo. And there were two series. There was an unnumbered series, number 1 to 4, and then there was a numbered series, 1 to 16. This is the inside of the unnumbered series. They're 4 books from 1953. And they list the 4 books in this series in the back and side cover. Jewel Books was published by Strato Pubs in Leicester, England. All the back covers are the same. So they're not numbered. This is the first series, and this is book number 1. And before I show you all of that, I want to show you the spines of them, just so you can take a quick look at the spines, what they look like. They're pretty nice, pretty interesting books. A lot of the books reprint American Pyramid books, and also the handy books. So that's the first known number one, The Texan by Leslie Scott. It's a pyramid book. The Glass Ladder by Paul Fairman, crime novel. Roadshow Night, and that's a crime novel. That's a reprint of a pyramid. And known number 4 is Paul Fairman, The Heiress of Copper Butte, Western, and that was a reprint of a handy book, but with different cover art. Now, there's the next series is the Jewel Book series, number 1 to 16, except there's 4 books missing. Number 9, 11, 13, and 15 were never printed. And it's some kind of conjecture that maybe the 4 books that were missing in this series are these 4 books, but it doesn't seem to be that at all. These came out in 1953. I think the Jewel Book series that was numbered came out maybe a year or 2 later. And so we're going to show you the first one in that series. The Black Dark Murders by Robert O. Saber, who was also Milton K. Ozaki, probably the only vintage paperback Japanese-American author. Reprints, I believe, the handy book. And it's got the same Jewel's Book logo, and it's a number on the cover, has a number on the spine, and a number on the back cover. And all the back covers are the same, the Jewel's Book logo, and they have a little bit about the book in the back cover. The inside covers are kind of nice. On these, they have the Jewel's Book logo. So all of these that are coming, that I'm going to be showing you now, are the same kind of format. They list books in the back in the series, but they do not list 9, 11, 13, and 15, which appears never were printed. So this is Jewel Book number 1. Jewel Book number 2, Rustler's Range by Bradford Scott, and that reprints a American Pyramid book. Jewel Book number 3, probably the second most expensive book in the series, is The Lady Was a Tramp by Harry Whittington, and this reprints the handy book, paperback original. So this would be the first British edition. And it's quite hard to find, and pretty scarce. If not, all of these are pretty scarce, maybe rare. Book number 4 is Texas Fists by Jackson Cole. Another, I'm pretty sure, reprint of American Pyramid. They did a lot of the Westerns were reprints of American Pyramid books. Jewel book number 5 is Lona by John Evans or Howard Brown. This is his great noir James M. Cain novel, and it reprints the Lion book with the lion cover art. And that's number 5. And number 6 is The Death Riders, again by Jackson Cole. Another probably Pyramid reprint Western. Number 7 is Typed for a Corpse by Alan Pruitt. And this is a reprint of I believe a handy book, and it's a Norman Saunders cover art. Guy's falling through a window or through our window or off a building top. And that's number 7. Number 8 I don't have, and number 9 doesn't exist. So number 10 is Tombstone Trail by Eddie Leslie Scott, and that's also probably a reprint of an American Pyramid. Number 11 doesn't exist. Number 12 I don't have. Number 13 doesn't exist. And that takes us to number 14, The Stranger in Boots by A. Leslie Scott. Another Western, another probable, pretty sure it's a reprint of a Pyramid book with the Pyramid cover art. That's number 14. Number 15 does not exist. And so it brings us to the last book in the series, number 16. It's a Jim Hatfield Texas Ranger Western by Jackson Cole, Thunder Range. And that is a reprint of also American Pyramid. The first 4, no numbered, were from 1953. And the other 16, less the 4 that don't exist, probably came a year or two later, but it's not sure. First series was published by Strato Pubs in Leicester, England, and the second series was published by Thorpe and Porter in Leicester, England. Probably the same publisher. They all have 160 pages, and they're all quite scarce. It's a very scarce British short-run pulp series. Some nice westerns, some nice crime books in there, and they reprint the American pyramids and handy books, and even the Lion book for the Howard Brown. So it's a nice group of books, and they're quite scarce, all of them. I don't have them all. There's 2 that I'm missing, and then there's the 4 that don't exist, unless somebody does have them. I'd like to find out. I'd like to know that. So without further ado, I just want to thank you for looking at this rare group of British jewel books, and I hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you did, give us a thumbs up and a like, and let people know about this channel, and subscribe, and tell your friends, and thanks for looking.